All right, going to talk about Tennessee quarterback Nico Iamaleava. Talk about the keys for success against Alabama's defense. And we're going to look at some film here in 2 or 3 minutes. Look at what teams the past 3 games against Bama's defense have been able to do to have success, especially through the air. And then we'll look at the type of plays that I think Nico's going to have to make repeatedly against Bama's defense for Tennessee to win this game. And Bama's defense, let's talk about Bama's defense real quick. Then we'll talk about Nico. It's almost been like a tale of 2 halves, right? Against Wisconsin, USF, and another lower level opponent that they played the first 3 games of the season. They only gave up 26 points combined. And then when they started playing a little better competition, Georgia, Vanderbilt, South Carolina, they gave up 34 points, 40 points, and 25 points. And there have been the ways that those teams have gotten points have been through the air a lot. They've been able to get some good passing yards, been able to take some shots. Excuse me. They've been able to take some shots downfield. So despite Alabama's defense not playing how we are used to seeing them play over the course of the past few years, they're still a talented defense. They're still getting some takeaways. Like they got 3 interceptions versus Beck, 1 interception versus Sellers. But unless Bama makes improvements, I think there could be some opportunities for Nico to take advantage of Bama's defense. Now he has to execute and hit the throws that are there, but I think he's going to have to do that because Tennessee's defense, although a good defense and a very stout defense, has won them several games this year. They're going up against a Bama offense who has one of the best athletes in the whole nation, and Jalen Milroe, and you can only hold them at bay for so long. So I think Tennessee's offense is going to have to help their defense out, and it really starts with Nico, right? Can he put together a full game? That's what it's going to take to beat Alabama. So against Florida, I thought they started off well, actually, like that first drive until they muffed the handoff to the running back. I like the game plan, though, of getting Nico outside the pocket, throwing on the run, and getting him comfortable. I think that's the main key for Nico to have success is to get him comfortable. Use the plays that he's comfortable with. Do what he does well and do what makes him comfortable while he continues to develop. And so the number one key is play action. Like he is so much better throwing off play action than he is on straight dropbacks. Off play action, he has 6 touchdowns to 1 interception. His yards per attempt is 10.5, and he has 917 yards off play action. Without play action, he has 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, only 302 yards, and 5.4 yards per attempt. So you want to make sure you stay in situations where you can utilize play action to help get defenders out of position. Key number 2, I think they're going to have to hit on some vertical plays to beat Alabama. And we're going to watch this here in a second. We see Diego Pavia hitting a big vertical play for Vanderbilt. We saw Lenore Sellers hitting a big vertical play. That was a coverage bust, but they hit on that big play against Alabama. And then, of course, Carson Beck had several big vertical plays against Bama in the second half. And key number 3, I think quarterback design rollouts, which we've seen a little bit more of late from Nico. I think he looks much better throwing on the run outside the pocket right now than he does in the pocket, right? So those are the 3 main keys, and he's going to have to execute and hit open receivers. So key 1, play action to get comfortable. Key 2, you're going to have to hit on some vertical throws. And key 3, utilizing design rollouts just because he's so much more comfortable throwing on the run than he is in the pocket. So you want to use those keys because he's comfortable throwing. He's comfortable with those type of plays while he continues to develop. So we'll go ahead and look at a few clips of Alabama's defense. Look at how Vanderbilt was able to have some success. Look at how South Carolina was able to have a little bit of success in the air. And then we'll look at Nico and look at a few clips that he's going to have to do repeatedly these type of plays against Bama's defense. All right, so first 2 clips we're going to watch are clips of Pavia throwing a deep ball and clips of Sellers throwing a deep ball off Bama's defense. And notice they're both 4th down plays that they're able to convert on. But I do think you have opportunities to throw on some deep balls, and I think Nico is going to have to capitalize on these potential opportunities to beat Alabama. You can't miss these type of throws. Big play in the game, 4th and 1, good throw by Pavia here. Another key that I didn't really talk about for Bama is they haven't got a ton of pressure. They got a lot of pressure against Sellers, against South Carolina, but against Vanderbilt, they only had 8 pressures and 0 sacks. So it'll be interesting to see how the offensive line holds up for our Tennessee against Bama. So here's Sellers. So this is let's see, can I go back here? This is a 4th and 9. This is at the end of the half. This is kind of what got them in the game, and this is actually what led to my Bama minus 13 first half spread not covering. So thanks a lot, Sellers. But great ball here. It's a deep ball. We're going to see it's an out and up. It's broadcast footage, by the way, so I do apologize. It's not the best quality, but it does a good job just getting the point across. But it's a good example of showing Bama getting out of position. We got an out and up here. The safety, who we can't see, takes this like deep, skinny post. And then we see, I guess it's the out and up of this slot receiver. I apologize. But you still see them get confused in a wide open receiver running downfield. So Nico will have to hit on these open receivers running downfield. And this guy's wide open. But still, you got to execute on the throw. So the safety, you see all these Bama defenders. One of the safeties who took that deep post probably should have been over the top there, right? So key number one for Nico, I think you got to hit him these vertical throws. Here is Pavia throwing open his receiver. Look down here. It's going to be a back shoulder throw. Throws open his receiver. So there's and you also notice it's all play action, which doesn't really affect this receiver getting open. But still a good ball by Pavia and a good example of another way you can attack Bama's defense. All right, so here's the last clip we'll watch of Bama's defense. We're going to see play action by Pavia, rolls out. I think Nico's going to have several of these type of plays to have success against Bama's defense and hopefully confuse them and get them out of position where if you're a Tennessee fan, you're able to take some shots down the field here. But Pavia was able to have good amount of success, one, off some play action, and two, scrambling and utilizing his legs. Actually, his biggest throw in the game, maybe I should have shown that throw, was like a 2nd and 12, and it was their rollout as he took a hit to throw it outside the pocket to kind of help ice the game and keep that drive alive, and then they're able to run the clock out. All right, so let's go ahead and look at Nico real quick. So first clip we'll watch of Nico. This was one of his best throws of the season, in my opinion. Now, we've seen him miss on some deep throws since, so you want to get back to what you were doing on this play here. I'll go ahead and move myself. It's going to be a deep vertical throw to the receiver. We can't see him. He's on the bottom of the screen. This is kind of midway through the second half. Oh, yeah, I can see right here. This is midway to the second half of the Oklahoma game. Good deep ball here by Nico. You see the play action gets defenders out of position, right? And we talked about how good Nico is off play action. It doesn't have to be a huge play action. It can just be a little fake give like it was right there. But Nico's going to have to make these type of throws. I think he's going to have at least one or two big vertical plays, I do think, to help Tennessee win this game, because Jalen Milroe, probably the best quarterback in college football at these big explosive plays. So if they hit for 4 or 5 and are able to get some touchdowns, you may have to keep up that way. So key number 2, utilizing your legs, utilizing play action, but to get outside the pocket. This was the opening drive against Florida. Again, I really like their approach against Florida to start the game off, trying to get Nico comfortable, play action, get him outside the pocket. He has a nice, good throw outside the numbers here. I think that's squirrel white. So these type of throws, like we talked about, he's much more comfortable making outside the pocket. So I want to utilize what he's comfortable in doing, right? We're going to watch that one more time. Again, play action, try to get the defense out of position. It's off coverage here. Nice, good throw by Nico. And if we know these numbers, if we know how much better Nico is outside the pocket and going through play action, then of course Alabama does. But that's why I think point 1 is so important, to hit these deep throws. So throws like this can happen. Then key number 2, last key, utilizing play action. We talked about the deep throw, we talked about the rollouts, and we talked about play action. He's just so much more accurate off play action. I'll move myself here. This is a good accurate throw. Hits his receiver in stride. Once he gets past this linebacker here, the receiver is able to get a lot of yards after the catch on this specific play here, right? So if you're a Tennessee fan, let me know your thoughts in the comments below about Nico. Again, I just showed 3 clips. We just showed him throwing the deep ball here. Then we showed the rollout, throwing outside numbers. Then we showed another example of a play action pass, hitting his guy in stride and being accurate. Again, I think he's going to have to utilize these type of throws repeatedly to beat Alabama. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you want to see from Nico? What do you think the keys are to the game? Again, we're just talking about the quarterback perspective. There are, of course, a lot of other important positions that go along with how this game will turn out. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like this QB type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. It does help us grow. But like, share, keep following us along. We'll see you next time. Peace.